All right, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna start out. Start with the attack in Australia. I was watching Megan Kelly, and she had a lot to share about it. So we're gonna start with her. So I want to go there first. Here we go. Sorry about that. We're going to start this a little.
There was a pair of gunmen that targeted a Hanukkah event at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia on Sunday. Our pal Dan Wooten says Bondi Beach is like Times Square. It's like the place you go when you go to Australia, which sadly I've never been. The death toll now stands at 15 with over 40 injured, and their lives are unforgettable. Here's some. This is dark.
¿Qué está pasando, hombre? Alicia, escucha, Alicia, porque me pasa algo. Algo está pasando, pero...
It's so weird because it's, again, on a beach. It just, people are frolicking. You know, you go to the beach, have super fun. Like it's frivolous. And now there's a death threat. Multiple outlets have reported the shooters are father and son, 50-year-old Sajid Akram and his 24-year-old son, Naveed. Sajid was shot dead. Naveed was shot and is in critical condition. Per the BBC, the father came to Australia on a student visa, and he stayed on in the country for decades on different kinds of visas.
Now, do we see a pattern here with these visas?
They were refusing to say what country he came from. Why is that? Why can't we know what country he came from as he shows up to murder Australians with an ISIS flag on his fucking car? Tell us what country he's from. The Prime Minister of Australia is omitting that from the details. His son was born in Australia and thus was Australian. The Daily Telegraph in Australia.
Now, real quick, this isn't new. And this ain't just exclusive to Australia. Europe's dealing with it. We're dealing with it in Dearborn, Michigan, some in Texas and other places. But Europe particularly has got it pretty bad around Manchester and London and places like that, where almost, I believe, 40% or 30% of the Muslims are getting into leadership positions or something like that. It's some kind of crazy number. Don't hold me to it, but let's get back to Candace and then I'll finish.
Australia reporting that the pair had spent a month in the Philippines.
Not Candace, my bad. Megan Kelly. Come on.
In the lead up to the massacre, one of the world's top extremist hotspots. And ABC News in Australia is reporting that the Sun came to the attention of Australia's domestic intelligence agency 6 years ago for potential ties to a Sydney-based Islamic State terror cell, but ultimately they deemed him to not be a threat. That was a fail. Despite all that and Australia's strict, very strict gun laws, the father, Sajid, owned 6 guns registered to his name. During the shooting, a bystander risked his own life to try to stop one of the gunmen. In this video I'm about to play you will see the bystander, now identified as 43-year-old Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a Muslim father of 2, run at the gunman and strip away his gun. Watch.
The gunman's going to be by the tree, and then he's coming from back here.
Oh!
And then you got some little person running up after him. I don't know who that is.
Trying to wrestle him to the ground. He got his gun. He's got his gun on the shooter. He fires. He's missing. Oh, it's the other guy firing at him. And he does get shot. Ahmed gets shot.
Now, I also want to pause there because I want to give you guys some context. So I want to hop over to this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll have to check afterwards. Hold on one second. What the heck? I'm gonna have to come over here and then just give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta figure out how to do this. I'm rather new to it. Just give me a few more seconds. Yeah, I think I just exited out of it. Sure did. 1 second. Yeah, it's not working out. Well, give me 1 more minute, guys. I'm freaking sorry. All right. Now let's go over here. That's the video still. I'm gonna stop sharing that, and we're gonna go to terrorist attack. Oh, okay. Hey, guys. At least 15 people were killed on Sunday, for dozens more were injured after 2 gunmen opened fire on a crowd celebrating the first day of Hanukkah holiday in Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia. The gunmen were father and son, police said, and the older man died during the attack. On Monday morning in Australia, officials of 40 people were hospitalized from injuries. 2 police officers were also hurt in the attack. Officials said the police said the second shooter had also been wounded. The police and the country leaders called shooting a targeted attack on the Jewish Australians. Law enforcement official called the shooting a terrorist attack. The police commissioner, Malanyan, I'm going to butcher these names, said that the police had found a disabled 2 impoverished explosive devices in a nearby vehicle that is linked to the suspect who was killed. The suspect names have not been yet released, which you heard on Megan Kelly's video, of which we'll go back to in a minute. One witness's video shows dozens of people running out of the way of the beach and gunshots rang out. Another, verified by the New York Times, shows a bystander whose local authorities called a hero, the one you seen running after and grabbing the gun from that terrorist. We just watched that. Jewish people have increasingly been targeted since the Hamas-led attacks in Israel on October 7, 2023. In Britain, a man was attacked in a synagogue in Manchester on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the new year for the Jews. The American Jews have faced a year of violence. Here's what we know so far about the Australia shooting. I gotta slow down. The mass shooting happened around 6:45 p.m. at Bondi Beach, Sydney's most popular tourist destination that stretches over 3,000 feet long and draws hundreds of thousands of people each year. An event hosted by Shabbat organization was taking place at the beach to celebrate the first day of the Jewish holiday Hanukkah, when the gunmen opened fire. An attack on the Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese of Australia said in a televised address. Witnesses said they heard many gunshots. Ebony Monaro was at the beach with her 17-month-old baby when she heard gunshots. She divided under a metal barbecue, her hid under it with another man. She says she heard bullets ricocheting off the barbecue and smelled gunpowder from above. She said the shooting lasted around 10 minutes and witnesses at least one person being shot. I was about to leave and I just heard this pop, Mrs. Monroe said. Finn Foster, 18, a backpacker from Canada, said he and his girlfriend had been headed to McDonald's to get ice cream when they heard what sounded like fireworks. Pow, 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 he said, like 15 or 20. As authorities worked to notify the next of kin, those killed and injured were ranged in age from 10 to 87. According to authorities, some of their identities began to emerge. Shin Bet, the Jewish movement that organized the event at Bondi, identified one of the victims as Rabbi Eli Schollinger, saying he was an assistant rabbi of Shabbat of Bondi and a devoted chaplain who worked tirelessly at Shabbat missionary Zoran Mandani. The mayor-elect of New York City said on social media that the Rabbi Schillinger had deep roots to the Crown Heights neighborhood in Brooklyn. Investigators did not release the names of the suspects, but described a 50-year-old man and a 24-year-old son. The older man died after being shot by police, and the younger man sustained critical injuries, the police said Monday morning. Although the officials described the shooting as a terrorist attack, Police Commissioner Mel Liana of the New South Wales Police Force declined to comment on the suspect ideology, saying that the investigators needed time to dig. The police were not searching any other assailant, he said. Now, we all know why they don't want to do that, because it'll be racist or whatever. And just appeasing them like Europe's doing, and they're going to end up with the same issues, in my book. Okay, we're going to have to try to get back to Megan, and we'll let you finish watching that. But, yeah, I just wanted to give you some context on that, and then I'm going to do like a couple-minute overview on what's going on with Candace Owens as of current. But first, y'all can enjoy this.
And the son stumbles away. The gunman later retreats, you saw the beginning of it there, to the bridge from which the pair were firing, and started firing again at the direction of Al Ahmed and another man hiding with him behind a tree. When the other man hiding with Al Ahmed behind the tree starts running away, he was shot. Watch.
En gros, il a récupéré l'arme du mec qui... Tu sais, il l'avait pris
The
dans sa
two
main. Là.
hiding there. One gets up,
Oui, oui, j'ai vu.
starts running.
Ouais.
And he got shot. Al Ahmed now recovering in the hospital. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reports he was shot in the hand and the arm. This is a picture of this man who tried to stop what he saw and without a gun just ran in there and tried to disarm we believe it was the son. He's a local fruit shop owner, but did have experience working in law enforcement. His father told ABC, "My son is a hero. He served in the police. He has the passion to defend people. When he saw people lying on the ground in the blood, quickly his conscience pushed him to attack one of the terrorists." Now, Emily, we're learning a lot more. They say that this went on for minutes and minutes and minutes. We hear sirens throughout the video it's more than 4 minutes into the video before incoming shots targeting the attackers strike the bridge. And eyewitnesses to the attack say that 4 armed police of one female cop appearing to cower behind a police car instead of shooting at the attackers. And this is from a country that has the world's strictest gun control measures, anywhere. I mean, literally the world's strictest. And yet still, bad men who are on the radar of the police, at least one of them, as being connected with ISIS, then I guess it gets moved off the radar, and then they go to the Philippines for a month, become further radicalized. You'd think they'd be at least still.
And also, I want to mention, these people have the gall I've seen shorts on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere of them taunting, saying Trump ain't gonna do shit, and that they're gonna take over and blah blah blah. You know, the same stick world that everybody's gonna be Muslim and blah blah blah. And it's just, I don't know where. It's a death cult for one. Yes, I agree with Megan there, but we better wake up, all of us that love this country, and everybody around the world who love their country need to stand up against these monsters because they're ruthless. They don't care about anything but what they want. And we've all
Come back, put the ISIS flag on their car, have 2 more ISIS flags inside their vehicle reportedly, get out with the 6 guns that the dad had, and shoot 40 people. I mean, how does this happen?
Australia is obviously already talking about guns, but they should consider that whether it's guns, pressure cooker bombs, or cars, we have seen plenty of car attacks in Europe, actually here, militant Islamism. And Rod Dreher had an interesting note on his Substack this morning where he wrote, reportedly, the hero in this case, when you're playing that video, I basically wanted to jump out of my chair and start applauding, is also Muslim. And Dreher wrote, there are Muslims around the world, we should keep in mind, who are also sick of this bullshit militant Islamism. And that's what you
I could not have said that any better. That is bullshit. Exactly right. I love this girl.
see in this case, apparently, with the hero who stops the shooting. But if you're going to talk about guns, there's something so much deeper that political correctness in the West has blinded us to paying attention at the degree. We all know this. I mean, everybody knows this. We've known this for 20 years. The degree to which we need to take these cases seriously. I mean, one of them being on the radar of police and being cleared. I am very curious. I think it's outside the realm of possibility that there was a lack of seriousness dedicated.
Oh, don't you know diversity, equity, and inclusion? Don't you know that?
To the ideological component.
Yeah.
We see it.
Good
We see
point.
it all the time.
Want to be inclusive.
Did you hear the prime minister saying, yeah, we've got to look into, radical Islamic violence and right-wing violence, right-wing.
Oh.
What the fuck is more like it, Megan? How can you even compare the two? Do you see us running around chopping people up with fucking hatchets and stuff? No, I'm sorry, you don't. And the violence is on the left. Clearly, who lost one of their own? We did, the Republicans. Y'all the ones that are trigger happy and knife happy.
2 jihadis, one dead, one in the hospital, who just shot 40 people. And why would you even mention right-wing violence right now? It's politics. Once again,
It's politics, and then the politics bleeds into the substance, where you end up, for the sake of political correctness, trying to devote as many resources to what's less of a threat. I'm not saying that it's zero threat, but when you have examples like this time and again, I mean, I remember when the car examples, the parade examples first started happening, really in the 2010s. It reminds me of what we're thinking about now, where you're at a beach. I mean, you and I, we're both Americans. I actually don't know. I know a lot of people who conceal carry. I don't know many people who conceal carry at a beach. That is one of the places where you just don't even think. I mean, it's associated with total relaxation and zen. But now you have to. Of course, you now have to. Just like we've had to start putting up these stanchions during parades, Christmas parades, and to be aware of cars. I mean, it's all rooted. All of these cases, over and over again, have all been rooted in the same ideological poison of militant Islamism. And to even, gesture at right-wing violence in this case suggests not just a posturing, but also something that's going to happen in the.
And we see this also with the Australian guy, all in white, just promoting the right winger involved with these terrorist people. Keir Starmer in Manchester, whatever, England. He does the same thing. It's all the right wing's fault. It's the far left. It's the far right this, far right that. Same thing in Ireland, Ireland, I believe. They blame it all on the far right. It's the far right. It's all these left-wing governments that are in leadership positions trying to stoke fear and bullshit lies to get our side killed because they want us dead.
In the substance of law enforcement in Australia, which again we've seen happening for years now too.
I mean, it's amazing me because Australia does not F around when it comes to immigration.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to immigrate into Australia. It's next to impossible to illegally immigrate into Australia. But there has been a growing cry there, as here, as in Europe, from people whose families have been there for generations saying, what are we doing? Who are we letting in here? Why are we actively changing our culture and our country by assimilating or trying to let in people who will not assimilate, who don't share our values, who don't share our cultures, and who wind up posing a threat to us? You know, I mean, it's not so long and it still exists in many cultures and many communities. You're not allowed to ask that question. Now,
they're standing on our own fucking streets singing death to America, death to Canada, death to Israel, death to Australia, death to Europe. How clearer can they get? They're not politically correct. Why the hell are you going to be politically correct? God, it pisses me off.
How can we ask that question? Can we ask it in Australia? Can we ask it here? You know, it's like here we're seeing massive fraud in the Midwest with our money, which we've also seen jihad in America domestically.
In Minnesota.
But
in Minnesota.
In Minnesota. But this is one of the most stark examples we've seen as of late. They don't know.
And Ilhan Omar can't even admit, as other Somalis have done, by the way, that there may be a cultural component. Indeed, that there's cultural staff, a 99% rate of female genital mutilation.
Sorry for cutting in again, but just let's remember one more thing also. 9/11 and Omar. Some people done some things.
Into the upper Midwest, they can't even be a cultural component to welfare fraud, let alone imagine getting them to admit then that there would be something rooted in a religion where, by the way, it's not politically correct to say, but the prophet was a warlord, assimilating that into Western democracies. They can't even.
I'm going to leave it there for now, but I'm going to go talk about Candace and that situation real quick, but bear with me because I go with here, but we see perfectly how each country run by, well, besides America now, liberal left-wing people, that they are they want to like focus and for murder. There's only one goal there. They want us dead. Moving on to kind of that stuff, it boils my blood. 2 hours for my screen to load because my internet sucks. Not literally. There's not really much here. It was left pretty extremely productive 4.5 hour meeting that I think we both feel could have been taken place a lot earlier than it did. I was also pushing for it more than I had anticipated, of course. We also disagreed on various points that people as well. Most importantly, we are able to share intel and clarify our intent. I will, of course, have a full rundown of it tomorrow, as I am currently exhausted, blah, blah, blah. She wants to go to bed because she had a long day. And then I'll show you Erika's as well. She posted, I'm assuming right after they left their respective places. Candace Owens and I are meeting in private person discussion on Monday, December 15th. I wrote Candace Owens, have I agreed? Currently posted Owens. More to come from both of us. Looking forward to Hamfest this week. Time to get back to work. Now, I don't think this is going to stop Candace from going and finding out what has been going on or who is involved. Because me personally, I'm not convinced that Tyler Robinson done it by himself. And I follow Candace, and I'm not. I agree with her, but I'm not sure where that's going to go, what that's going to do. But I do know that she's not giving up. So we'll see tomorrow. Watch. It's going to be a quick one today because, like I said, I'm still getting used to this, and I appreciate anyone who watched, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. Hopefully, be more situated and better. Getting these out to you guys, making more sense and not tripping over my words. But I just wanted to jump on here because I haven't really talked about that Bondi incident, and I wanted to put something out there just to give you guys a understanding if you haven't heard about it and what's going on around the world. There's also some a terrorist plot that I seen on the news about another plot to attack America or something. I'm not quite sure. I didn't get too far into it, but maybe I'll speak about that later on as well. So that's going to be it for tonight, but I appreciate it. And thank you guys, and feel free to leave your comments, likes, subscribes. You know how I repeat myself every video. Alrighty. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you again maybe tomorrow. Bye.